Great job today, as always. What we're going to be doing is just practicing those scales this week to make our left hand motor memory a little bit faster and a little bit more solid. Make sure you try the pick up and down and hold the pick with the flatter edge in, not the pointy out. Going down, up, down, up, down, up, alternating. And then try with your thumb as well. What I did notice is you're not getting any upstrokes with that. If you'd like to put your thumb and use your thumb as doing down, try and also think as doing your thumb as up as well. It's a little bit weirder, but you can take your thumb down, and then you see how this finger's under here? If you're looking like this, sometimes you go down with the thumb and then up with the finger, down with that and up with this. It just depends on you and how you want to play, but I would suggest using the pick for now and then moving on to it. So, doing our spider exercises, if we go all the way up through these, what we notice is we can fall onto any different chord, like right there, and then play a D. I could also see what chords are relative by being able to look like I could form, like, let's say the A major. If I did the A major and then, it would form an A sus. If I were to play a D and put that down, it forms just a D major. So if I were to go up here and stop on the C, I'm shooting for an Ionian mode right here, which is whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. So C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and then back to C for the resolution. C is my 1, D is my open 2, E on the 2nd fret is my 3rd, F, which is a half step from an E, is my 4th, G on the open is my 5th, A is going to be my minor 6th, which is going to be on the 2nd fret with my 2nd finger, my B is going to be my diminished 7th, which is going to be open, and then my 1st finger is going to be on the C for the resolution. I have a C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Underneath the 3rd fret, doing it that way, utilizes the open notes. Let's get rid of those open notes by not starting off on our 3rd finger and starting off on our 2nd finger. I still have C, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, except for now I'm not utilizing the 1st fret or open notes. I'm only utilizing the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th frets. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. That's starting with my 2nd finger for the C major. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. No sharps, no flats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. Now, let's do that same C major, but not on the 3rd finger with the opens. Not on the 2nd finger, moving up to the 3 to 5, it's 2 to 5. But now with our 1st finger, and go from the 3rd fret to 5th fret to 7th fret, 3rd fret, 5th fret, 7th fret, and then 4 to 5. Will look like this. 1st finger, 3rd finger, 4th finger, 1st finger, 3rd finger, 4th finger, 2nd finger, 3rd finger. C, D, E, F, G, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. You can do it like this. And what that does is it leads you to go up the fretboard. Because what happens if I were to play my secondary note, but skip and do a slide? That puts me in the position to keep going up, sharpening. Thusly, I would have do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. But I could play it as a do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, do, ti, do. And I could go all the way up. Sorry, I'm not used to going slow. So, long story short is, practice these different types of scales. You'll notice that the last one I did with my 1st to 2nd finger, and then I used my 4th, and the second one time through I had to use 1st to 3rd finger. It just makes it stronger overall. All right? So what we were covering is the C. We could also move that all the way up to the D and do D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D. And what happens is, when you start going up and you move that same pattern, it will sound the same, but you need to start calling the chords differently, because you cannot have a D, E, F when that is clearly an F sharp. If it was an F, it fundamentally changes the position of the intervals. And when the intervals change, the way that our air vibrates changes as well. So in our C major triad, we have C, D, E, F, G. Get rid of our 2nd and our 4th, and we have C, E, and G, right? C, D, E, F, G. So if I flatten my median, which is my third scale degree, tonic, supertonic, median, I would be able to say that that E should become an E flat. My C major, right here, that's my B, C, D, E, C, E, that E goes to an E flat. If I play C, E flat, G, that is a minor chord, right? Same principle if you go up. D, F, A, minor, E, G, B, E, G, B. So long story short, we're going to dissect what these chords are, and when we get through the C major, D major, E major, F major, G major, A major, B major, and then back to C major, we'll notice that if you play a scale, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, it's awfully plain. But if you make the second, the third, and the sixth minors, C, D, E, major, major, minor, diminished, back to C. You notice that each interval, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, have a special purpose unto themselves. And that's what we're going to explore. So work on those scales, work on moving the fingers around, and try and view the idea of chords being movable, like we talked about 1, 4, 5. If we're doing a 1, 4, 5 in the key of G, we would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we would have G, C, and D. If I were to move that up and still do that same progression, I would still have a 1, 4, 5 in the key of A, but the notes would not be G, C, and D anymore. They would be A, D, and E. And no matter where you do that, you can use the circle of fifths or your hand or just memorize where everything is. But I can guarantee you, after playing these things over and over and over again, you can only play so many things wrong so many times until you just start playing the right thing the right way. And when it comes down to it, you're learning the skills right now to put your fingers in the right position where you're not going to have a harder time to understand what's going on. The things we're correcting right now, like utilizing your third finger on, let's say in the major, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, that's a hard one to use that finger because it's the only finger that controls that seventh note variable. It will also help out to be able to be very strong with this when we're doing different chords like that, because that note is super powerful and it looks like a backwards D7 with an added note. You could view these chords in a lot of different ways, but as long as you're very comfortable with placing your fingers on the fretboard and knowing what those notes are, eventually all these patterns will make sense. Anyway, I enjoyed seeing you. I'll see you next week.